The other day we were searching for Bluey merchandise on the deep web when we came across a mystery box, apparently filled with very rare Bluey items. We ordered it 2 weeks ago, but now the Bluey Mystery Box is finally here. And trust me, what we found inside exceeded all our expectations. Let's start from the beginning. The package arrived in the morning. It looked like any other package, nothing weird. Without much mystery, we started inspecting the box, which strangely had no return address or sender information. When we opened the box, we feared the most, but we decided to check everything carefully. To our surprise, the best part was that it actually contained several Bluey items. At first, we thought it was some kind of prank or even something dangerous. But nope, nothing could be further from the truth. Inside the box, we found a lunchbox with some puzzle cups. But the strangest part? We also found the formed Bluey and Bingo plushies. What was all this? We kept digging through the box and found a letter inside. This was getting even weirder. The letter read, "Thank you for purchasing from the black market. We know you love Bluey, so I put together some toys and puzzles that you'll really enjoy. But be careful, because I also included something very disturbing." The only clue we had to solve this mystery was pineapples. Pineapples?
Per pineapple, apple pen.
If you're a Bluey fan, you probably know there have been some wild theories about the Healer family and their connection to pineapples. And if you didn't know, let me explain. There are some really crazy theories about why pineapples show up so much in the series. Some over-imaginative fans started saying that pineapples in Bluey were some kind of secret relationship signal, as if the Healer family and other characters were into some questionable adult things. And if you think I'm joking, some people even claimed that Bandit was having an affair with Wendy, or that Chili was sneaking off with Pat. Yep, absolutely wild theories. But let's not jump to conclusions. The truth is that pineapples actually relate to the Ludo Studios logo. That's right, Ludo Studios, the team behind Bluey, has a pineapple in their logo. Who would have thought? So don't worry, it's nothing weird or suspicious, just a little Easter egg referencing their brand. Or is it? Of course, that still didn't explain why there were pineapples in our mystery box. So after uncovering the truth about the pineapples, we decided to keep opening the box, though we were still pretty confused. At the bottom of the box, we found 2 more objects. The first was a Bandit plushie, which wasn't as deformed as Bluey and Bingo. But the weirdest thing was the second plushie, a Chili plush. At first glance, it looked normal, but when we took a closer look, we noticed something was off. Why was it so stuffed? Seriously, it didn't look normal at all. It looked more like someone had purposely overfilled it. What had they done to Chili? And you know what's even weirder? When we compared it to Bandit, Chili was even more stuffed than him. And let's be real, Bandit already has that thick dad bod energy. But Chili looks like she had been inflated on purpose. She looked completely different. In fact, when we touched her, we felt something inside. And of course, we immediately guessed that Chili was pregnant. But what exactly was inside Chili? We didn't know if it was just a toy inside another toy, or something even weirder. But we had to find out what was inside Chili's belly. The only way to know was to open it. So we got to work to solve the mystery. And here's where things get really crazy and kind of graphic. First, we had to perform a Z-section on poor Chili. As we cut her open, we noticed something hard inside. As we kept exploring, we found something slimy, and then we pulled out an orange egg. What the heck did this mean? Could this be related to that balloon that popped on Bingo in the show episode, which hinted that Chili had a miscarriage? But that's not all. We also found a printed image of Rat and Frisky. The weird part? They were holding a small child. What did this mean? At this point, we started forming our own theories. Our first thought was that this could be hinting at a possible baby that Frisky was expecting. But something didn't add up. The silhouette of the child looked very similar to Bluey and Bingo when they were little. We kept digging and found another egg, this time blue. One egg felt heavier than the other, so we decided to open the orange one first. Inside, we found a red, sticky slime. Buried in the slime was a wrapped note that said, "Soon a change will come that'll shock everyone. With its arrival, everything will change." No way! What change were they talking about? What was happening in Bluey? This is where the craziness really started to come together. We knew that in the latest episodes of the series, Rat and Frisky got married, and fans were already speculating that this change could mean the arrival of a baby. A baby in Bluey? But whose baby? If we followed the note's hint, it seemed more like a new member was joining the family. But was it for Rat and Frisky's new family? Or could it actually be Brandy's baby? Before jumping to more conclusions, we decided to open the blue egg. Inside, we found a small black clay figure. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal, but after everything we had discovered, it became obvious that this was another clue pointing to a new baby. And if we put all the pieces together, it matched perfectly with what happened in Bluey's latest episode. There were two possibilities, Rat and Frisky's baby or Brandy's baby. And then, suddenly it hit us. If we think about it, this tiny figure was inside the blue egg. And there's no way Bandit is having a baby, right? It was actually hinting that Bluey was gonna have a child. Mind blown! It all made sense. The egg was blue, the silhouette matched young Bluey. And well, in the surprise episode we actually saw Bluey as an adult and she had a child. The only thing left to confirm is who's the father. Maybe Mackenzie? Without a doubt, everything we found inside Chili's plushie was hinting at Bluey's future. But what do you think, guys? In the end, this mystery box left us with more questions than answers. But one thing is for sure, the excitement for what's coming in Bluey is through the roof. Could this upcoming event change everything we know about the series? Maybe we'll see more of the characters' futures in Bluey's 4th season, or even in the confirmed Bluey movie. Drop a comment below and tell us, what do you expect from the movie? What would you like to see? Do you think we'll get more of the characters' adult lives? Will we see more of Bluey's child? We'll be reading your comments.